Welcome to Eat Your Backyard, my YouTube channel. This is an episode of Welcome to the Fruit Jungle. We're going to continue to plant things in pots. I have several pots. I have lots of seeds. I have some examples of things that I've been showcasing on the channel lately. I'm also going to give you advice on what to get for that gardener in your life. And I say get him something that's going to keep on giving, like a fruit tree or plant or vegetable or cool ornate thing. No matter where you are, you can grow. Incorporate edibility into your life. Edibility isn't a word, but we're not keeping track. Okay, always more fun when we have people joining the stream. Looks like we have a few. Still in some ways getting the hang of these controls. Okay, let's get to it. Now where I'm sitting to transmit is roughly under that Barbados cherry there. Actually put up the canopy today. If you use the links in the description, it'll help the channel. It's an easy way, even if you don't purchase something that I'm talking about. It doesn't cost you anything extra, it's just like on Amazon. Okay. And of course, let's not forget that this is also part of an ongoing series, which was a viewer concept that I put into practice called Watcha Got Growing On. And I bought 50 cheap pots and then just filled them full of Miracle Grow soil, jam seed, cuttings, and stuff that I find around my life in there, primarily edible stuff. We'll look at some of that today. Okay. And here we are. Welcome aboard. Okay. I can hardly wait. Ooh, I've got to transition over to so I can see the chat at the same time. All right. Oh, that's easy enough. Good. How's everybody doing? Okay. So in this episode, I want to plant things in those pots, and you might see them behind me. I don't think I have them in the shot actually, but more of those pots. And I'd like to show you some progress. I think I'll start off by showing the progress of the 2 red vegetables that I planted. I planted red kale and also dark red beets as microgreens, and you can see hopefully that they just have lots of, I planted them very densely, lots of shoots. They're doing very, very well. So, you know, initial view of those 2 vegetables in the garden in Florida this time of year is outstanding. Now, if you want to support the channel and also get something for the plant lover in your life that makes sense, I would say get them a $20 gift certificate to seedsnow.com. They sent me one. And I have affiliate links in the description, so go ahead and click on those and you can get, then they can go and shop from the hundreds of seeds available on seedsnow.com. And I planted 2. I just looked, these beautiful red shoots are an example of one state that you can achieve here, certainly. However, it does not stop there. So continuing on the trend of microgreens, that is growing many in a small pot easily, I think that's just an easy way to get nutrients, would be micro carrots. Now, that concept is super cool to me. First of all, because I love carrots. Second of all, because I've never grown carrots. Third of all, because I think they're very easy to grow Seeds Now gives you a germination probability, which I love. And so they say germination percentage here is 90%. The purity is 99%. Days to sprout, 2 to 6 days. Both of these were up in 2 days. Both of those seeds. And I might as well bring over 3. Hey, Big Cat, James Tropical. Good to see you guys. Hope you're having a good day. Put some on the ground. Yeah, glad you're able to catch the stream also. We're going to get into it today. I'm just going to take it easy, and we're just going to plant stuff that we'll continue to take a look at. The growing conditions could not be better. We had two weeks of nonstop blowing conditions. It's actually forecasted to get really cold here. Everybody's freaking out. Or they're just saying, hey, it's going to get a little cold. You decide. So micro carrots. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. Same approach. There's about 1,000 little micro carrot seeds in here. Now, I've never planted a micro carrot, but my thought is it does not have to be that complicated. And you can see I have been multi-purposing these clippers as soil looseners for a long time. Okay, that'll work, and I'm gonna continue to do so. Now in this case, since these are so tiny, they're just like really tiny and light, I'm afraid, don't know if that's the right word choice, concerned that I will just pile them up. And I don't want that. I want them to be everywhere. And I know when I water them, they're going to get kind of, they're going to get kind of distributed into groups anyhow. So the more I can decrease that, and one of the things I'm wanting to do is to put them along the sides, because I know they'll wash down onto the sides. There it is. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to mess with them. I've got them where I want them. So what I do is take that little kid shovel I've got, one of Jack's shovels. I'm going to scoop out some of that soil and just lightly dust the ever so smallest layer of it on top, and we should be in it to win it. I haven't decided if I'm going to put in cow manure. One of the viewers actually, I thought it was a cool comment, said, "Hey, watch out! In cow manure, there can be some kind of chemical which can burn the leaves." And oh man, I have a big piece of potting soil right near the mouse. We don't want to have any technical difficulties. This is my Garden Rider laptop. Yeah, I'm going to brace myself. Thank you, Big Cat. I will brace myself accordingly. We are sufficiently, terrified of 40-degree weather. I'm going to bust into a commercial break here now that we've got the micro carrots planted. I'll be able to identify what these are, so I'm not going to sweat it. I'm going to put them down on the ground. All right, to say I made sorrel jam. So, I'm going to test it live. You see that? It's like a hibiscus flower. It's got pectin in it naturally, so I made a video of it too, of cooking it with cranberry sauce right next to it. And my kids, who are kind of finicky, don't necessarily want to try it. They all did, and none of them could believe it. I couldn't believe it. It tastes, and I'm not kidding you, exactly like cranberry sauce. I put in cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg with it too, but I mean, it has the consistency of cranberries, even. That is really good. So stay tuned for that video. It's coming out. You can get them. A little piece of the husk in there. You can get them at a link I'll put in the description. Sorrel seeds. I'm going to buy them soon. I just got to jump on Amazon and do it. So you get 60 seeds for like $15. So I think it's worth it. But my buddy Ben's going to give me some, I think, as well. But that will have to wait until. What he does is he allows the. He told me what the correct name is for the flower heads. Cycads. he allows them to dry on the plant as it dies, and then he harvests those seeds. And then he plants them at a certain time of the year. He knows exactly what to do. So I'll follow his lead, but I'm just going to go ahead and grab some and plant some, as they say, cattywampus style. Well, Big Cat, -4 in balmy Canada. That's why we see Canadians in sunny Florida all the time. Hope we see a lot of them this year. And but I don't know what the rules are. But anyhow, the point is, it is always astounding to the locals here to see Canadians frolicking about in conditions which are unimaginably cold to Floridians. And by that I mean something like, the air is 50 degrees and there's 20 mile an hour winds, and the water is 60 degrees. Nobody's going in without a full wetsuit in Florida. All right. So, tasted some of that sorrel. Next one is, I planted the micro carrots. Okay, here's the other thing, the tip for those of you who are watching this video later probably, that the Black Friday edition of this is, so you get a $20 gift certificate, and that got me like all this stuff, all these seeds, which I planted. I don't have all of them here, but anyway, which I planted, and a bunch of these Mylar bags. And here's the reason, here's the thing with buying seeds. So each one of these costs like one or $3, $1, $2, $3 or whatever. And then these bags are a few bucks. You get a bunch of them, but then you can put the seeds in a place and store them. You can actually refrigerate them in this Mylar bag, and that protects them from the light and the O2, which actually is the thing that ages the seed more quickly. So, like, look at this. I'm getting all these seeds. There's no way I could plant them all, but I do want to plant them all, but I don't want to plant them all today. So, like, seed storage 101 is a brand new idea to me, and I would say this is a cool way to give it to you're like giving the gift that keeps on giving. It's going to give fruit. It's going to give novelty. It's going to give dill. That's what I'm planting next. I bought a variety of dill, and these are big. They don't give you quite as many. 100 seeds here, again, which is the Mylar bag scene. I'm sorry. Yeah, Big Cat. Big Cat and LaFrance are speaking French. Okay. I like it. Dill, Ducat dill is a big one, I think. I think Ducat dill gets big. You can smell the dill. You can smell it in the seeds, just like the spice. There's 100 seeds in there, they say. 85% germination rate. So again, I'm just gonna quickly just disturb the soil, just very lightly. And then when I water this, it'll all pack down a bit more. I'm gonna put in some of these seeds. How many seeds is too many? 80% germination. This is not being planted as a micro. This is being planted as a macro. This is being planted to grow full size. I'm going to see. Since I'm just a little worried about how many will grow, I'm going to take, I've got about 8 or 9 seeds there. I'm going to just like carefully plant them the best I can, here, there, and everywhere, and see how it goes. Okay, so that's the Ducat dill. Now there's no way I'm going to know that that's Ducat dill a moment from now, so I'm going to put a little mango leaf flag in there to remind me that's my system, and I'm sticking to it. So there you have it. Ducat dill just joined the What You Got Growing On. Stoked about that one. Super, super stoked. All right, let's see. All right, and the next one is down. I'll take whatever you think I should grow here, but here's what I've got left. I've got multiple pots. Maybe I'll just grow it all, but clover sprouts, which of course clover sprouts you've got to sprout in a jar or whatever. I got to do that separately. Purple tiger peppers. Purple tiger peppers. 10 seeds they give you, 85% chance of growing. You already planted the Ducat dill. Lemongrass. That one feels like a winner to me. And here is one I have never grown, but my grandfather grew a lot, which are eggplant. But this eggplant is Casper eggplant. It's white eggplant. So that's pretty cool. 2 down and 5 options to go. And they gave me one other thing. They sent it with you. I think your first order, I'm not sure, but or whatever. But they sent me 1 or 2 of these. It was free seed starter kits, lettuce and salad bowl, and there's directions on how to plant it. You're supposed to soak it for 4 minutes, and then you leave it out. Place it near a window. Yeah, I'm gonna do that later. I think I'm gonna go with the oh, thanks, Big Cat. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the lemongrass. Again, you could smell it, even though it's a tiny, tiny quantity. I don't even think, these don't even look like seeds to me. I have no doubt they are seeds. I wonder if I should just, I just want to plant a lot of it, because it looks, I can see them in there. It doesn't, it says 65 seeds. Okay. Maybe I'll take some of this off the top here. Yeah, okay. Hence the advantage of working outside. All right, let's go ahead and plant these. I'm going to plant lemon. In fact, I'm going to angle this down just a little bit. Hopefully that is a good angle. All right, that seems like a fair amount there compared to what's here. I mean, that's a good 1/5 of what's in the bag. So again, I'm just going to lightly distribute them all over. It's grass, so I assume it's going to grow in like grass, thick. Okay. And for this one, I'm going to go with a green mango flag. All right. Lemongrass in my future. I'm going to cook with this. Now, here's the thing. If you bought the gardener in your life this, here's what I'm going to do for the gardeners in my life. Buy them a gift certificate, or I could just get them the seeds. Maybe I won't get a gift certificate. Maybe I just get them the seeds, put them in a Mylar bag with a 50 count of these pots, and just say, there you go. Got no excuse now. Oh, and here's a gift certificate to where you go buy the soil. All right. So I'm going to put that right there. But you kind of also straddle somebody with a hobby. They may not want to do it, but they could, I guess, not do it. Be a spoil sport. I think I'm going to plant one more. I can't resist. Okay, I made the decision. I can't resist. I'm going to go with the eggplant. And I don't know how many egg. This one says 85%. Now I also have some Dracaena cuttings that I'm going to get into and plant here in a sec. But I'm not out of pots yet. Not yet. Okay. I took out 3 of these Casper eggplant seeds, and this time I'm just going to do the old pinky poke. My grandfather actually taught me the pinky. All right. Oh, no. Here you go. Which was, I actually, as a kid, in the agricultural area that I grew up in, we had this device which we pulled behind the tractors, and it had 2 seats, and there we would have these like almost look like a handgun looking like things that were just had pointed ends, and a bin of like tomatoes or pepper plants or whatever in the front, and you would just poke. It would move along ever so slow. You poke a hole in the ground, put in the tomato plant, pack it in, move to the next, and then behind you there was a waterer that watered the plants. So you could just plant rows and rows and rows of tomatoes. So doing this activity right here really connects me back to that, to be quite honest, which is kind of cool to share it with you. All right, now what do? I'm running out of mango flags. Oh, I got another cool bonus for those of you who have signed on. We're now increasing in concurrent viewers. I'm going to give this a try. That's a banana flower. It's a novelty thing. I tried to cut one open before and eat it, and well, it failed. It's a little bit not good in the middle. Okay. Onward, ever onward. Again. Mixing it up, just loosening the soil a little bit. I've already planted those. Or no. This is the next one. I hope my system doesn't fail me. Okay, so we've got a couple of those, and then the final frontier is going to be I've got to do it. I've got to finish it off because this is the last seed. I was thinking of postponing because I just don't want everything happening at once, but why not? I'm gonna go with 4 of these pepper seeds, purple peppers, and the whole reason that I got these was for the whole rhyming thing. Purple pepper eater. All right. Yep. Now, since these peppers are like stupid hot, apparently, the purple pepper eaters may be in for a big surprise. Or you may be the only person on your block that has a pizza topped with purple hot peppers. Well, that's my plan. And again, I planted them, but I'm just going to loosen the soil up just a little bit around it. Just a little. All right. There you go. I have to remember where I'm... Okay. It's my technique developed over many years. We're going in with the double mango flag approach because they do look very similar. And that's it for the seeds. Now I couldn't resist also getting some cuttings of one other thing that I'm going to place in this pot, and I thought some of you might know it, but an incredibly easy thing to grow. In fact, they call it lucky bamboo. You've probably seen it at stores and stuff sold, but it's like this very small bamboo they grow in ceramic pots with stone and so on. But that's actually Dracaena typically, and it's cuttings of Dracaena. And Dracaena has the look of bamboo when you peel back the leaves, and so you can buy them at different lengths and strap them together, and it shoots out right away. But you'll notice it doesn't shoot out anything that looks like bamboo. It shoots out something that looks like actually Dracaena because it is Dracaena. All right, so Dracaena is a crop, is a plant, is a thing that I think is really useful in Florida landscaping and gardening. If you need a wind block, if you need a privacy screen, if you need a lot of things, it grows just the right speed. Hardy though, usually very hardy. In my yard, I require a wind block from the eastern flow of salt and just damaging wind all the time. That happens here frequently. So it accomplishes that and then some. And the other thing is that it's beautiful, and there are a wide variety of choices in Dracaena, and I've got a lot of videos on the channel you could check out if you're interested in that or whatever. But I want to highlight right now my favorite variety of Dracaena, which is Song of India. did a little prep for this one too. All right. Now, hopefully we can get these all into the shot, so to speak. These two potted specimens were Song of India that I planted roughly a month ago, and Song of India Dracaena. And you'll see this is, to me, one of the most beautiful Song of India varieties. Clearly wonderful, cool looking plant with a lot of appeal, especially the appeal that it's hardy, it takes wind damage very well, it grows, it can handle some salt spray. It's just a wonderful plant. Anyway, so I took a few cuttings off my Song of India shrubs, plants, whatever. I tree formed them as well, just like this. I just cut them, made sure I had a woody bottom to them, took off the lower leaves. You take off the lower leaves on this plant just more or less to be able to jam it deeper into the soil and have it still make sense. The right kind of length that I can get it down in the pot, and then only the top will stick up because I really want all this under the ground. I just jammed it into this pot. That's the whole process, and that says everything I think I need to say about Dracaena and Song of India, which is that it's hardy. Now, it's not hardy against cold temperatures. It will die in cold temperatures, but how, if you're wondering how you can incorporate stuff that I show on this channel into your house life, whatever, as a hobby, this is a great way. This is a widely available, I'll put links in the description, but it's a widely available plant. And if you get your hand on cuttings, if you live in Florida or a warm place that has those, that's terrific. But these two were both planted a month ago as part of the Watcha Got Growing On series on the channel. This one is a different variety, and now as I hold them next to each other, you could probably see how these could be used with each other to create definition in a landscape, right? So that's how I plan on using them. In fact, I'm going to do some videos coming up on the channel that show how to use things like this with crotons, which are very colorful, to create kind of a landscape in a pot, so to speak. In a large pot, you can landscape and create a very beautiful situation with plants that are hardy like these. So I'm going to put these back on the grow table, keep them growing. I want to see how far they'll go, but if you see this little part here, that is all new growth since when I planted it, so it is thriving. Okay, I feel like Mr. Rogers. Suppose that's not such a bad feeling. All right, let's see. I need one of those little trains that'll run around the yard. Doot, doot. All right, here we go. What I'm going to do with this one is just plant all three of these cuttings. All four. Oh, I got four. And make a multi-trunked, just Dracaena explosion. Song of India. And here, just to illustrate the point, really, which is that if you notice how it looks in the pot shortly after, well, it looked like that exactly after I planted it. It just didn't have roots and it wasn't a viable plant. Now it's got roots, it's growing new growth, it's going, but it looked just like this. So once I pack this down, water it, give it a day or two, whatever, it's ready to be put out as an ornate plant, and all you have to do is keep it wet. Just keep it watered. Give it sunlight. And you've got a cool specimen for the patio or whatever. But that's how I plan to grow this, is keep it in a small container, a convenient container, because as I know, and I actually brought a cup of water already to water it with, but as I know, you can't fit 1 billion plants in, or you just get small pots like I did, and you figure out a way. And you figure out the things that can grow well in small pots, which is part of the whole idea of that series. Okay, let's tilt this. All right, I had a couple more ideas, but one thing I wanted to do before we got too far was to see if I can get into that banana. Oh gosh, I'm going to go right back down again. All right. Banana flowers, banana flower power. Let's get into it. Live banana flour. Yeah, this is what we need. Okay. There it is. The inside track on banana flours. Trying to get that wet. Look at all those bananas that will never be. That is super cool. Now, I don't know if these have some kind of flavor, but I'm going to try them because they're not rotten. They seem fresh. Yeah, that is truly horrible. Yeah, that's full essence of banana peel, with nothing held back. That's 100% banana peel. It's so far from banana that it's almost all not from a banana. And now I wondered, do we go deeper into the abyss? It's already watering that banana sap. And if you're familiar with banana sap, it is the most insidious. It'll stain everything it gets on and form this brown, sticky residue that hardens into almost a gummy shellac. Yep. After going this far with it, I just feel like all may be lost. It may not be for me, but now's not the time to be a quitter. But I'm quitting on eating it raw right now. I quit that for good. I'm done with that. No more. I'm gonna let it. I've got to hang it over so that the dripping occurs not on the table. Dripped a little on the corner of the laptop. Just a little. Got it off. It's a save. Now, this stuff is really thick. Look at that. Super cool. Smells like Chiquita bananas. Compost. All right. So what next? Well, one of the things that I learned about sorrel was that it is used as a fibrous plant. It's used as a fibrous crop. They have a name for the fiber they get out of it. It's not occurring to me right now. I'm sure somebody knows. But they use it for fiber. So Jack and I were experimenting with it. You can see it's got this red trunk, and it's also got this hollow core to it. The redness of the outside of it, though, is so distinct, and when you mess with the redness, you get it all over your hands, which is why they also use this for dye. So let's dive right into sorrel, Jamaican sorrel, aka hibiscus, edible hibiscus. What we found from our little bit of experimentation was that it seemed like it was the outside of the plant, which was the fiber part. It was this part, this bark, and on the inside of it, it has this wild, like crisscrossing geometric pattern, which I thought was pretty incredible. And as we made a little bit of cordage with it, and look, my fingers are already stained. So to get the dye out, the dye effect of it was very easy just by taking off the skin, but it's the skin that seems to have it, of course. But we made a little bit of cordage with it, which I think is fascinating, just by taking off the exterior bark of the sorrel. So very quickly I was able to peel off the end of this, and then it's, you know, cordage 101, just weaving them. Etc. Yeah. Okay. However you weave it. Once we made that, it's so strong there was no way I could break it. So then it becomes really apparent why this can be used. Smells interesting too. So anyway, sorrel. I continue to explore this new plant. It's one of the things I'm super into, is when I discover a new plant like that. I've made, thanks to expanding my horizons a little bit and collaborating with folks on the channel, I've learned so many things. The sorrel is one area I'm exploring now, but I'm quickly moving on to others. One of the things I learned, which was a ground shaker for me, was that areca palm seeds are edible and taste something like bananas. And I've said this a few times before, but that's incredible to me. I've been throwing them away all these years, and I love the idea of that. So, and that many of the varieties of palms are edible, which I had been, you know, discounting probably more than I should. We did have some lemons. Got some lemons coming in. This is good. Just break that skin just a little bit. Get that smell. I think I'll risk it. Not that big of a risk. Did actually bring a towel over here is to avoid lemon juice and the keyboard syndrome. 3 seeds right there. Okay, and I bet I'm going to use this sorrel thing. I bet you these seeds will grow. That's going to be my inspiration for the final thing I'm going to plant, which is to plant a lemon tree from a seed. Try this lemon too. That was good. All right, get another pop. Right. This time I'm going to use the old clippers to plant these a little bit more deeply. These aren't vegetables. I don't want to plant them on the surface of the soil. I want to give them a deeper starting point. Ah, perfect. And then the sorrel can be used as the seed pusher. There you go. Let's loosen up the soil just a little bit. And we're going to do another sorrel strength test here. See if we can. A couple bends. We still can, but it's that bark that. That's cool. There we go. Okay, that's going to be my lemon tree. So we just added lemons to the Watcha Got Growing On series. Let's see what's going on in the comments. That's cool. Getting frost. That's really cool. Okay, well, that's all I had for today. Appreciate everybody signing on. It was fun. Might do a couple more live streams today. Might shoot over to the market, and a friend selling some fruit trees and stuff over there. Go see what he's doing. Thanks for watching Eat Your Backyard. Don't forget, click on the links in the description to support the channel. Anything you get there will help. It doesn't cost you any more, and it helps me. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Eat Your Backyard.